Cookies for you, will my fingers do? No fancy. The fancy lighting is strictly reserved for the studio apartment. So, yeah, there's nothing awkward about having Febreze and a vibrator on your dresser when you open the door, is there? No, naughty. Don't watch back to verify that statement. It's all right. What do I do for a living? You know, every morning you see me getting ready for work, and yes, I do look very pretty. Thank you for noticing. But what do I actually do? Do I dance down at the harbour for nickels under the name Dancing Pete? Well, this town doesn't have a harbour, so that'd be rather hard, now, wouldn't it? Yes. I did once dance by a harbour, though. It's when I lived in Seattle. I stayed at a little place called the Edgewater Inn. Quite true to its name, this inn was on the water's edge. And if a person was so inclined, as I was, you could go down to the front desk there and buy yourself a fishing pole, a little bit of bait, and you could go fishing. And you could catch quite a lot of fish out of your room with your fishing line and your bait. I once went fishing with Salvador Dali. He used a dotted line, caught every other fish. One of the fishes you can catch at the Edgewater Inn in Seattle is the mud shark. Now, let's say that you're me, and you happen to finish a day of dancing for nickels down at the harbour under the name Dancing Pete. Deedly, 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 sound familiar? And you happen to get off work, and you have just enough money to rent yourself a fishing pole, a little bit of bait, and to mix things up a little, you have by your side a succulent young woman with a taste for the bizarre. But that's not what I do. That's not what I do for a living. Because you see, that would be fun. And work's not supposed to be fun. That's why they call it work. If it was fun, they wouldn't call it work. They would call it something fun, like, bloody skippity-doo happy fun time. They don't call it that. Because that's not what it is. It's work. And what do I do when I go to work? Well, I manually masturbate caged animals for the purposes of artificial insemination. It's important to have job satisfaction. Cookies for you, will my fingers do?